This simple image describes all the concepts about this external circulation, this urban hub, this greenery in the heart of the city. And what I want to present also, what was very interesting for the design process for us, from the beginning we had discussed with the client and the team to create, of course, a high-end living in Cyprus, but also to emphasize in the garden and the external spaces. We are here in Cyprus, 8 months of the year you can stay outside. The weather is probably the best you can have in Europe, and it was the very strong line that we didn't want to follow all the way during the design process, is to create the sense of community, where people gather together, where people don't only live in a place, but they also spend time together, they create emotion together, and this is what we were trying to do from the beginning. So of course the location is very important, the location because we are on the top of Paphos, we have an amazing view toward the whole coast of Paphos and also to the mountain. And for us, this is what very important. This was the biggest challenge for this project, to have sea view, mountain view, and city view, and how we can combine all of them to give quality to all the flats. Of course, we are in Cyprus. Everybody wants to have this small piece of paradise and looking at the sea. That's why people are living in Cyprus, because we are next to the sea, we're in an island. So their target was to look at the sea as much as possible, of course. We spend lots of time to understand the location, to understand the need of the location, the complexity of the location. We always take a drone to see what will be the view from the first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and to have this different vision according to the floors. This is the view when you are on the third floor, let's say. I mean, uninterrupted view, infinity coast. What I love about also we are in Mouttalos, you have these reddish colors. So it's more like the old cities of Cyprus, of Paphos. You have this character and this color code that we wanted to follow, even if we're doing bigger scale building. So this is the other views on the other side. So you have beautiful view, the sea view and the mountain view. Of course, when we design, of course, it's all about orientation also. It's not only, we have to compromise between the view, the orientation. So we wanted to see also what was the best light throughout the project. And the concept design for us, what was very interesting is we did many trials before to end up to these simple figures. After that, because the complexity of the shape, the team came with a very bright idea of, instead of making a block in the middle, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, we analyzed the complexity of the geometry because it has different angle, and at the end of the day, toward the sea view is where you have more linear meter. So the way we designed the project, we followed this complex geometry to have as much as view toward the sea and to create this U that create a hub, a central hub where you have the external circulation, where you create this central hub, but you have at the same time privacy and greenery in the heart of the project, and as much as flat toward the sea view and the mountain view. This was what made the project very strong. When we had this figure, when the team came with this idea, and after we just had to draw it. And to, of course, to do what Eki does, create emotions behind this figure. What we wanted to keep is the Mouttalos palette. So this color code of rose, the tile roof, the natural material, the limestone, local limestone, because you have also in Mouttalos lots of areas with this type of materials. So we wanted to keep it and interpret it in a different way in our building. That's why I'm explaining. So we're starting to have the brick, which is again terracotta bricks, the wood to give what we use in the ceilings of all the development for the external veranda and circulation, natural stone on the floor, and the concrete. And of course, inspiration of what we were aiming. Lots of greenery, more green it is, better it is in our opinion. We love green, we love to be outside. I believe in Cyprus, you should spend more time outside than inside. This is the feeling we wanted to create. When you are inside, around the pool or under the veranda, you have this greenery, this green hub, the water feature, and all combined together.
Really nice seeing it coming together and seeing the progress bit by bit. We really like the result until now as well. We see we have very nice work, and especially with the concrete from the parking space to each floors. Now we see the bricks forming the apartments.
Like an artist getting into a studio, yes, and he has in mind how's the painting going to look like, yes. That's what he's so he has it, and then he said, okay, I'm going to put the clouds there and the sea there and all of this, huh? And then suddenly you see that the canvas is taking colors. So now it's exciting, really. I'm very happy, very happy.
And basically this is our vision, that how it end up. We wanted to have, as I said, this is toward the street view. So you have this complexity also. We differentiate each floor. We have the circulation going in, going out. And basically all this part is the circulation, and the flats are all the way around behind the circulation. So you have privacy, at the same time you have the sense of community. You have no windows, direct windows for each apartment in the central yard, and all the main views are toward the city. This is my favorite view, which is actually exactly being built like that. We are at that level right now. Very soon we will finish everything. We did a lot of investigation with Ethan and Greg, with the bricks. It will be like this, and this is why I'm so excited. This is the early stage design process. This is exactly, there is no much differences.
We need to make sure that from my side a couple of more things about construction progress and how it's moving forward. How can we make sure that the expectations keep being met, so that we are on target with time frames and quality of work as well. And afterwards, back to other stuff we do.
So with this kind of thing, okay, especially when you build, you want to get the best product, correct? But still, people want to be very balanced with their expenses. So you need to be very smart in the way that you keep a very high standard, but this is affordable. So I think if you ask Greg and I, we always need to put our brain, be super creative. Yes, we are not going to compromise of the level, but how can we balance with the expenses? Using our global networks to bring materials, stuff like that. And doing, making the people work together as a team, that everybody's feel committed to it. And I think that's the best way we can secure, one, standing in the high criteria that we are asking from ourselves and from this project, and still maintaining it affordable. That's how we see it, okay? That's our goal.
I'm very excited with this project because it has been a very strong teamwork that made this project exactly like our vision. And this is the sea view, the elevation of the sea view, where like all apartments have their own veranda and they are looking to the sea. All the main spaces, main bedroom are looking to the sea. So you embrace the sea view, and at the same time you have your privacy in the center. And of course, the feeling of the central hub, the central pool area, where here we have also, because with Ethan is also he's working with lots of artists. So we wanted also this part to be an art hub where you could gather art features. So we always try to keep it in mind that it could have events. Even the tenants, let's say we have this covered veranda where they can have party, birthday party, maybe cocktails. We believe adding value in simple ways. It's not only people that have to live in one place. They should gather in one place and create this idea of community. And for me, this is one of the view which is Instagram view, you understand? This is all about this feeling of, this planter, these greeneries, the bricks, the external circulation, the wood, a certain complexity of the composition, but a certain also continuity, which is what we try to achieve in this project. And as I explained you during the design process, the circulation. And in reality, not it's getting built, it's even more impressive because it's very generous. So you don't walk in a corridor, you walk between the central pool, the planters. You have this idea, you can see your friends or your neighbor when you are a kid. So that's why we try to achieve this idea of community where they can gather together. They can maybe, I hope they could even play football in this corridor. Even if the parents will dislike it, I believe that for the kid will be the best memories. So imagine I can see the child, the family talking to each other between the levels. And if they want to have their private life, they're going on the flat and they have the sea view, their calmness.